Hello everyone, and welcome to History in Games. I'm Megan Sullivan, and today I want to share with you 5 things I'm super hyped for in Ghost of Yotei, Sucker Punch's latest open-world samurai action RPG. So in a recent State of Play, we were treated to nearly 20 minutes of Ghost of Yotei gameplay, and we learned more about the Ghost of Yotei herself, Atsu. We also saw some of her weapons, some of the ways in which players can personalize their journey, and we even saw new special modes. The event was hosted by Sucker Punch's creative directors Jason Connell and Nate Fox, and there is a lot to get hyped for. So I'm not going to waste any time. I'm just going to dive into the 5 things that make me super excited to play this historical fiction game. Now, instead of burying the lead, I'm just going to put this one out front. The thing that's got me the most hyped isn't the gameplay, it isn't the visuals, it isn't the story. The thing I'm most hyped for are the new cinematic modes. Not only is Kurosawa mode returning to the series, which lets us experience the game as a black and white film, complete with film grain, auto-filtering, and enhanced wind effects, but we can also experience a new mode called the Miike mode, based off the film work of Takashi Miike, director of 13 Assassins. In this mode, the camera will pan in close, and there will be more mud and blood effects. And best of all, there's Watanabe mode, where we can actually listen to lo-fi beats by Shinichiro Watanabe, director of the popular anime series Samurai Champloo. And these tracks are original to the game. I love this. I love lo-fi beats. I think the opening to Samurai Champloo, Sons of a Battle Cry, is one of the most amazing openings to an anime ever. It's right up there with Tank from Cowboy Bebop, which, hey, is another Watanabe work. You guys, I love music. In fact, from what we saw in the State of Play, I think the whole soundtrack is going to be amazing. And I am so excited about this and all the different cinematic modes. So the next thing I'm excited about, and this one might actually be a little controversial because it does come at the cost of stances from the first game, is a variety of upgradable weapons we're going to be able to use in different ways in this game. We'll be able to use a weapon to yank enemies over to us Mortal Kombat style. I am so shouting, "Get over here!" every time I do this. We can use double swords, a single big sword against big opponents, guns, a bow and arrow. We can even fight dirty by using blinding powder to debilitate our opponent. And if Atsu is fast enough, she can disarm an enemy before they can disarm her. Now, I wouldn't say there's anything super revolutionary about any of this. We've seen this type of arsenal before. In fact, a lot of it was featured in Assassin's Creed Shadows from earlier this year. But I still think this will help mitigate repetition in combat and allows people like me to figure out whether I'm a melee fighter, a ranged fighter, or a sneaky assassin. And apparently there will be plenty of opportunities for me to figure this out because not only does the story require the player to track down the Yotei 6, a group of masked baddies responsible for the demise of Atsu's family, but a job board will offer rewards for tracking down other criminals. By the way, I love that the more successful Atsu is on her hunt, the more bigger, tougher enemies will come after her. It totally makes sense. Something else that makes sense, and something else I'm super hyped for, is a new approach to exploration. Sucker Punch is clearly trying to find the balance between letting people just wander the open world at their own pace, I like how you can spy something in your looking glass and then run off to investigate it, and giving the game just enough structure that if you want to just focus on the story, you can. Plus, there's a hint system that helps you with this, and it seems pretty interesting. For example, you can actually interrogate people and they'll point you in a certain direction, even if that direction includes enemies who pop out of the snow like daisies and ambush you. Despite that, it definitely seems like it's worth grappling up and sliding down the peaks and valleys around Mount Yotei, where we'll be able to find shrines of reflection, basically a resting point where we can unlock new skills, practice our sword skills, visit a hot spring, ooh, glad they brought this back, and make camp anywhere we want. Camping looks like so much fun, too. You can cook meals, play music, and best of all, any useful NPCs will come hang out with you so you don't have to go find them. This is great. It means players will spend less time bouncing around the map looking for that one NPC with that one rare item to sell or skill to use. And I like that these NPCs are basically Atsu's wolf pack. Think there's a hidden romance system in here, by the way? Probably not, but I'm just saying it could work. Oh, speaking of wolves and wolf packs, I am a sucker for animal sidekicks, and I can't wait to travel alongside the local wildlife while hunting for the Yotei 6. The state of play highlighted Atsu's ability to befriend a wolf, but while the developer was showing off photo mode in the game, I also saw her walking alongside a bear, so we might get some nice variety in terms of floofy, fluffy friends. Now, I was going to talk about the story, but A, we still don't know a whole lot about Atsu's journey, save that you can view the past with a simple press of a button, which I think is really cool. And B, I admit I'm a little worried about the narrative. We just went after masked men in Assassin's Creed Shadows a few months ago, and I don't know if I want to retread that particular tale. Nonetheless, I trust Sucker Punch and playing this game in Kurosawa mode with full Japanese voice acting, which includes lip sync, yay, or very cool English voice acting, either way, should be an epic experience, so we'll see. In the meantime, there is one more thing that I want to gush about, which is the visuals. This game is shaping up to be absolutely gorgeous. A tiny bit rough in places, I'm not gonna lie, but overall gorgeous. Japan has very dramatic seasons, and I love that it's on full display in Ghost of Yotei. You see the golden leaves of ginkgo trees, the snow-capped peak of Mount Yotei, gorgeous blue waterfalls, colorful flowers, and lots of weather effects. I think this world will be worth checking out just to get lost in its beauty. And with the return of photo mode, I know I will be spending a lot of time playing amateur photographer. Plus, there's a lot of cool looking customization options for Atsu's armor and clothing, so I'll be playing amateur fashion photographer as well. And no, I will not apologize for it. At any rate, there it is, 5 major reasons I am super hyped to play Ghost of Yotei. And yes, I will likely be doing a history-related video for the game in the next few months, so be on the lookout for that. In the meantime, I want to know what you're most excited about when it comes to Ghost of Yotei. Are you hyped for the combat, the visuals, the exploration, the music, the story? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching, guys. See you later.